A simple life is the best life. And simple doesn't mean boring. A simple life doesn't mean a boring life, right? A simple life is removing the friction points of your life. And it can be something as simple as your closet, your wardrobe, the clothes that you have in your closet. Think about if you had 100 different pairs of shirts or 100 different pants, jeans, whatever it is, in your closet. And you wake up and you have a lot to do on that day. You open the closet, you have 100 shirts to choose from, you have 100 pairs of pants to choose from. How long do you think it's going to take you to make a decision on what to wear? It might take you 10, 20, 30 minutes to figure it out. And you've added a whole lot of load to your mental with something as simple as choosing an outfit because you have so much to choose from. Now think about the person that has 10 shirts, maybe 15 shirts, 3 or 4 pairs of pants, and it's not that they can't get more, but it's just what's the point? Why overcomplicate something as simple as an outfit when I can just wear the similar things every day and it doesn't matter? That's simplifying your life. Buying the same kind of coffee, buying the same grounds at the supermarket for your coffee every day, that's a simple life too. Waking up at the same time every day, that's a simple life too. And it doesn't even have to be every day, it just has to be most days. You can have 1 day or 2 days, maybe, if you're consistent and disciplined, where you don't wake up at the same time. You might wake up a little bit later, you're gonna sleep in, you might stay up a little bit late. That's okay, right? No one's telling you to live a mundane, monotonous, robotic life. No one's saying that. But when you have so many different decisions to make that don't actually have anything to do with the bigger picture, now you're just wasting time. This is something I've also really has shifted in my mind recently. Not even recently, I would say within the last couple years, within the last year or two, where it was like, back then, I used to really care about having a lot of clothes. I used to care about having a lot of shoes, the different shoes, the newest shoes. Today I wear the same stuff. You might see me wear the same thing 2 days in a row. It's not dirty. I stay clean. But I might wear the same thing and I really don't care. Because it doesn't actually, I don't need my energy to go to something as pointless as the outfit that I'm wearing. I don't need to expend any mental energy, any mental load on something that doesn't actually push me forward to get to where I want to be. When I can just take 30 seconds to pick my outfit, sit at my desk, and start attacking what I need to attack for the day. Right now, if you go out with your friends, you go out, you wear something nice, of course. You want to look good. But to just have all these material items and all these things that you have to choose from every single day, taking time, taking mental bandwidth, when you can just make a simple decision and do what you got to do. And again, that doesn't mean live a boring life. You can still live a fun, fulfilling life without having so much decision fatigue, without having so much paralysis by analysis. This might just be me, but when I had a lot of clothes in my closet, and I keep going back to the clothes analogy, or not even analogy, but the clothes example, because it's the easiest one to, I think a lot of people can relate to that. But when I had a lot of clothes in my closet, I would take 20 minutes just to figure out an outfit. Does this shirt look good? Does this shirt look good? And then I'm taking off all the shirts and I'm putting it on the bed. Now by the time I find an outfit, I have to put all the shirts and clothes back, and that's gonna take an extra 5-10 minutes of my time. And now my mind is already not stressed, but There's already some bandwidth that I had to use just for a simple task, putting on clothes. The restaurants that you go to, right? Like it's good and it's nice and it's part of life to experience new things. But to always be constantly chasing something new, something new, something new, always constantly chasing novelty, that's where people get stuck. It's just chasing novelty all the time. When you can just, have your usual restaurants that you like, and then maybe one time a month, maybe once in a while, you go on a date with the lady, you try something new. And speaking of lady, not chasing women. Not chasing women. You know how difficult and complicated your life is when you're chasing women? When you're constantly looking for the next chick, when you're constantly talking to 2 or 3 women at the same time, that is so much energy that you are using in the wrong places. Having one woman is already a lot of energy that you have to expend. Having multiple, you don't have time to focus on you. You don't have time to focus on what you actually need to focus on, which is building your life. When I was on dating apps, I would find myself just swiping, not for hours, but even just 5 minutes, 10 minutes, swiping. And I'd be like, this is dumb. This is pointless. One, it's pointless because it's so surface level, and I'm perpetuating an issue that I know is an issue in society, which is dating apps. I think it ruined dating personally. You can feel free to disagree with me or agree with me in the comments, but I really do believe that dating apps ruin dating. And here I am swiping for 10 minutes of my day, and I'm catching myself like, what am I doing? This is not simple. This is complicated, because now I have to wait for a match, if I get a match, and then I have to message them, try to have a conversation. Sometimes the conversation doesn't go anywhere. Sometimes you might meet up and that doesn't go anywhere. Now you wasted time and money, and it's like energy, constantly going to the wrong things. When you can have one woman or no women and just focus on yourself for some time. When you can have 10 shirts instead of 100 shirts and wear the same thing for a little bit until you get your shit in order, and then you can have a little bit more fun. Right? Again, it's not a boring life. It's a simple life, because simplicity is consistency. The more simple your life is, the more consistent you're going to be. If you're trying to lose body fat and you're constantly researching new recipes to make every day or every weekend, or meal prep new recipes all the time, think about the time it's going to take for you to read the recipe, to get all the ingredients, to make the recipe. Then you got to do all the extra work, and now you're going to do the same thing again the next day. When you can get the same 6 or 7 ingredients, meal prep that, and then next week get a different combination and do that instead, right? It's not completely removing the variety, but you're making it less complicated. Because if you're always searching for novelty, especially when it comes to losing body fat, you're going to have a hard time until you figure out the foundation, figure out a system, a simple system, and then you can have a little bit more fun that way. So yeah, live a simple life. Live a simple life. Simple life is a good life. You wake up, you drink your coffee every morning, you get your steps in, do your work, got your skincare routine, hygiene routine, grooming routine. Simple, very simple. You go to the same gym. You might go to a new gym once a month, right? But going to the same gym, simple. Personally, me, I found that when I live a more I don't even know why. When I live a more simple life, I feel more fulfilled because I have a goal and my energy is going towards that goal. and not the noise. Complexity is noise. Simplicity is consistency. If you like this video, leave a like and a comment. Subscribe if you need help losing body fat, making your life more simple with fitness. The link will be in the description and in the comments. You can book a one-on-one call, and I would love to help you out. But other than that, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.